Oh yeah,
Holy poops! I don't remember that movie at all. Apparently,
really? The
it was
original
like,
one?
yeah,
I saw the latest one with Jessica Biel.
yeah.
Mm.
Yeah, that one was okay.
Uh, I forgot how menacing that movie really is.
Oh really?
Oh man, when that first dude walks into that house and there's like it's like a hallway set back, and there's like all these mounted like skull heads of like animals and shit. Then all of a sudden, the guy looks up and there's Leatherface, conks him on the head with a hammer, and then he's just twitching the ground. He just grabs him and throws him this way and slams this door shut. I was like, holy shit!
Jeez,
I was like, holy crap, it's on.
that's some serious biz.
I didn't remember how violent that movie was.
Yeah.
I mean that looks. I think the scariest thing about that movie is it's completely plausible.
Oh yeah.
There is no scenario in that movie I could not see myself. Oh yeah, I fucked up.
Yeah, and there's no crazy like mysticism or anything.
No.
Why can I not access like sound stuff while Skype is running?
You should be able to.
That's weird. My computer is not letting me do
That's
Yeah.
fucking clown shoes,
I-
dude.
You
That
don't
is
have to.
clown.
If your recording track is low, that's okay because I can boost it in post.
Okay, just want to make sure. I just
it should be
it
fine.
looks off. I don't know if it is. It just looks like it is.
If anything, Pamela's recording and that sounds okay.
Oh, cool.
Skype
Alright.
sounds fine. So
Sweet.
I need to get some lip cancer, so I'll be right back.
okay.
Oh,
Okay, here we go. There it is. Ah, yes, it is automatically adjusting. Cool. All right. Awesome. Everything's okay.
Everything's all right.
Oh man. Oh god, I worked so much this week. I'm dead inside. I wanted to play The Last of Us. I played the intro and a little bit beyond that. I
Did you
wanted
get
to
it for
play
the
more.
PS4?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I may have swapped Watch Dogs for it.
Oh yeah.
May have been like well, killed two birds with one stone here.
Yeah. Get rid of this thing.
Yeah. Let's bring up Twitch so I can get chat. No, not Twitter, Twitch. There we go. And Twitter too. Why not? Ba-da-ba-ba-da-ba.
Man, all I want to do is just lay on the couch and play something. Oh,
I don't know if you guys can see this, but it's why you don't weed whack in shorts. I don't know if you can see all the fucking shit.
just wrecked yourself.
That's why I don't weed whack in general. Try to avoid it, you know.
My lawn is dead. I mean, we're in such a drought that
Yeah.
there's nothing.
I
It
would
is all
advise.
brown.
That's
hear
the problem.
I hear stone looks really great in the front lawn in California.
Yeah, we're gonna go to native succulents
Ah,
because they don't.
That's one thing about grass. It always grows back. I have tried to kill my lawn like every year. It doesn't work. I could not cut it any lower.
should get your hands on some Agent Orange. See if
I
that
have,
works.
I have tried that too, but somehow it bounces back.
Oh. Oh man.
Oh man. Ooh, I got a really cool picture today. Well, my friend took it. Hold on. Let's see if I can pull this up. Went golfing today, and he took a picture of me swinging,
Yeah.
and you can barely you can't even make out the club.
Nice. Just blur.
Nice.
Oh wow, VJ Singh over there.
Yeah. So
Dude,
so
my
Boston,
hair looks awesome in that picture.
So, Boston, now that you live in both places with some crazy water stuff happening, would you rather your water not exist or be basically poison? Did you hear about?
When
You
we
heard?
get more rain, it will be both.
Oh,
So,
awesome! So you're living the best of both worlds.
yeah,
Wait,
at least I don't
least-
live in a state where the water is on fire anymore.
That's true. Yeah.
That's only the eastern side of the state.
That's true.
Yeah.
That's
Us that get our water from Lake Erie,
That was only
surprisingly,
once.
is the better choice.
Our water caught fire just the once.
just the one time.
Just the one time. We figured it out after that. Got
And it
rid
gets
of the
re-
flammable water.
and it gets referenced in a fantastic movie.
Yeah. Man.
Oh, The Crow.
All right. You guys ready to kick this biz?
Can you
Yeah.
start recording?
Yep.
I'm kidding.
You better
I'm
have.
kidding. I kid.
Whatever. Pamela will take care of it.
Yep. Oh, Pamela.
We'll fix it in post. We'll do it live.
Yep.
All right. Starting in 3, 2, 1. Welcome back to another episode of That Video Game Podcast. I'm your host, Boston. Going around the room, we got Knobs.
What's up?
And we got the Hannah.
Hey.
Fair warning, it is hot as hell today, so I have all the windows open, so if the menagerie decides to join us again, I apologize in advance.
Oh yeah, did you ever find out what that thing was?
I know, it came back the next day, just sounded like it was dying, and then...
And then apparently it died.
yeah, I haven't heard it before.
It's the circle of life.
Yep. Alright, let's move into what you've been playing, Mr. Knobs.
Hi.
Hey.
Hi, hey.
How you doing?
I don't know.
don't know
Well,
anymore.
man. Oh man, I think I'm covered in ants. Like I think I hit an anthill when I was doing yard work.
Welcome to
Anyway.
Non Sequitur Cast.
Ugh.
Anyway, yeah. So Monday Night Game Night, another great time. We have become increasingly more. Trying to think of a word that we could say on this show.
Blue.
No, I wouldn't say blue, or red.
Raunchy?
I would say. No, raunchy is putting it mildly.
Scumbaggy.
Yeah, if you have to say something to your girlfriend, make sure your mic is muted
Oh,
because that is a group of ruthless human beings. It made for probably 3 hours of comedy, just that night alone.
Oh, man.
So we had continued laughed about it the entire rest of the week. So sorry, Tom Gamer, we're laughing still. But anyway, no, it was another great night. Had some more crazy moments in our battlefielding escapades. So come join us because there's nothing like playing with this group of guys. It is just bananas in the most random, non sequiting moments that you could possibly have playing a game.
Nice.
Like you will have moments where everyone's sitting there communicating, talking, clearing rooms like SEAL Team 6, just wrecking fools, and then all of a sudden you'll hear one random person go off and just steal someone's tags and just have this moment all to himself, and we just giggle. Like it is absolutely great. We did have plans to play a little bit of Gears this week. I think I slept through it.
I don't recall.
It was one of those exhausting days. I think it was like Friday night or something. Had to go play vet doctor with my dog, so that was awesome.
Oh, fun.
But yeah, so that was a great time too. That wasn't, but you know,
the games were.
Yeah.
the games were the games.
The games.
But no, I mean, I can't stress it enough. I mean, everyone is welcome. We just picked up a new guy. An awesome name, JJ Happenstack. I think that's an
Nice.
awesome gamer tag. Yeah, so he's been joining us in the random. I think he's just a follower on my end. So we would just randomly see. He's like, "Oh, JJ, what Happenstack just killed me? Get him in here!" And so we are very inviting to the world that comes around.
Join
us
the
and
dream team.
because it is so much fun. Then I was planning on buying
Black Flag this week,
Mm-hmm.
and I had a little bit of change of heart.
Uh-oh.
Mm.
Did you buy
I
a
went
PS4?
with- No.
Oh, come on.
No, my
Come on.
PS4 is in shots in this one right now. So
Ah.
it was not a cheap day. No, Lego Marvel.
Yes.
Yeah.
Tell me how much you love it.
I love that game so much.
Yes.
It's adorable.
It's so good.
Why in the world does Mr. Fantastic turn into a teapot?
I don't know.
Just
It's awesome. And it
because
has an
you can.
achievement associated with it, which is even better.
Yeah, I was really shocked when I got that trophy.
It's so
I
dumb.
just- Like, it's so dumb. And since when can he turn into a rocket to blow up a Bill Bird?
Just wait until you see the dumb stuff that dude turns into. It's
Oh,
amazing.
the screwdriver. The screwdriver. I'm
Yep.
like,
He's just the Deus Ex Machina for that game.
It is ridiculous. But yeah, I'm having a blast. Spider-Man is great.
All the voices
I-
are really good.
Yeah.
Yeah, I have no complaints there. It's just having Coulson just spawning into this weird meta thing in the Marvel universe is just
I
amazing
love
to
that
me.
nobody else's voice is in there except for Agent Coulson.
Oh
I
yeah.
was just when I started that game, I was like, "That sounds like that. That can't be
It
that
is that
dude.
dude.
There's nobody else." And it's just that dude will do anything that Marvel like. Hey man, you wanna narrate a comic book? And he's like, "Yeah, I mean, sure. I got like 15 minutes.
Yeah.
Whatever.
We'll
But
give you
I mean-
$20. All right, great."
Like, I've been watching The Ultimate Spider-Man on Netflix, which is a fantastic show, by the way. And he's in that, too, as Coulson.
Nice.
He's just, hey man, if he's got 10 minutes and nothing else to do on a Saturday, you got Colton.
I mean, at this point, he should be Coulson. Like, that's his name now, is Coulson.
Pretty much, yeah. Legally change it.
Like, that's... I mean, I can't separate him to any... I've seen him in other movies, too, and I'm like, what are you doing in here, Coulson?
He's undercover, man.
Yeah. He
was
is,
on
but...
something my wife watched with Julia Louis-Dreyfus. I can't remember the name of it right now. Some sitcom.
Was it
Anyway.
Veep?
No, it wasn't Veep. It was before that. It was like
Oh, it was
regular
probably
television
the old
sitcom.
adventures of the new
That's the
adventures of
one,
old
yeah.
Christine or something. Why do I know this? What's wrong with me?
Lots of things.
that is amazing, though.
Yeah.
You got a little... You want to talk about a little thing with Julie Louis-Dreyfus there? Something?
I mean,
Something
don't we
going
all?
on?
Yeah, she's pretty great.
I don't
You
know.
want a piece of me?
She's got that real pointy chin, like Reese
That's
Witherspoon.
your
Like
problem with her?
like she can, like I think she can open a can with it.
Julia Louis-Dreyfus is not a unitasker.
And I don't know. I think she's
That's right, I'm
got
making good eats jokes over here.
Yeah.
This is the show you've come to hear.
yeah.
Jesus.
Us talking about my problems with Julie Louis-Dreyfus's face.
Yeah.
Like
Good times.
I don't know. It is,
Yep.
but Lego Marvel, I am enjoying it. I forgot how much I love getting those little nodes, just picking them all up,
Oh,
like
the
as many
little-
as I can.
Yeah.
The little
studs.
one buys, yeah.
Yeah.
the
Just
studs
wait
was
until
the
you
neat-
really get into the New York City hub stuff. That's where they really dive super deep into Marvel.
Because I just finished the Baxter building. Now I'm running around as Hawkeye and Black Widow, and
Oh
Nice.
yeah.
I'm really early into it, but I am enjoying the heck out of it. And I love when you build that meter all the way up, and his True Believer comes up, and then
Excelsior.
Excelsior.
Very
Damn it,
cool.
Like I was like,
Stanley.
oh, I love you, Stan.
Can we clone you?
I hope so. It is going to be a rough day when that dude goes.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah,
it
it
is.
is.
The world will probably be a darker place without him, but
Yeah.
Yeah.
because he's just such a lovable character,
He's
and
just
even
a-
in this game,
He's just a nice old man.
He's like, I wish you were my grandpa.
Just wait until you start rescuing him in stages and he says some of his catch lines.
Oh yeah.
It's just like, oh, you're adorable. Get back in
Oh,
there.
Stan Lee.
Like it's like I remember I found that one book, like it was like a Marvel encyclopedia that had like a push button for Stan Lee quotes on it, and I just kept coming back to, Excelsior, and then he goes, ha, ha, ha. Like it's this little laugh after it.
Just so
there I
happy
am in
with
the middle
himself.
of this store, just dying laughing.
Wow.
Excelsior, and you hear me
It's
just start
fantastic.
rolling on the floor. But no, like I'm enjoying the heck out of that a lot. And then I played a little bit more Saints Row the Third.
Very nice.
Oh, that game is also good. is that winning in what's up for the next game club thing? Because
In my head, probably. Yeah, I haven't put it up yet. I worked like 65 hours this week. I haven't had a
See,
spare
now, do you
moment.
still have time to get your canvassing around the neighborhood?
Or to set up a
Dude.
script to auto vote, because that would totally work.
Probably.
no, I just register from. Can I use your computer for like 2 minutes?
Yeah. I just need to click on like 3 things.
Just two, boom, boom, boom.
do you like
boom.
Saints Row the Third?
Yeah,
I got a copy
I
for
think
you.
you do. I think you should. Here,
Have you
I'll
met-
buy you a copy.
Have you met Saints Row the Third? Can I give you a free copy?
Are you familiar with Johnny Gat? Because if you're not, I have a pamphlet I would like to share with you.
Yeah. The Gat Tower. Have you met our Lord and Savior, Johnny Gat?
Johnny Gat, his apostle Sean D. the boss.
Oh, man.
Oh,
Well,
that game
welcome to hell,
that game
everyone.
is just. It is something amazing about that game. I can't believe I waited so long to play that.
Yeah.
Like it's just
I'm
one of
really
those
happy
games
you're
that just
still
hits
holding
on.
up.
It hits on every level for me.
Yeah.
Like, fantastic. It is. It really is fantastic, and we should play it
Should,
more.
as like a community, maybe.
Yeah,
For a
maybe,
club that
Maybe.
is around games.
maybe
Yeah.
this guy. Right.
Yeah, I mean, that sounds like a great thing. It really does. I don't know where you'd find something like that.
Yeah,
crazy.
I don't know. It could be somewhere. It's somewhere on the interwebs.
Probably.
Yeah.
But alas, that's all I've really played.
All right, Hannah, what about you?
Like I said previously, I literally my work laptop is right here. I have not moved from this spot for longer than like 8 hours for the last 5 or 6 days, and it's not because I've been playing a ton of games, unfortunately. But I did play 2 very specific games. I picked up Batman Arkham Origins Blackgate, if that's the full title. I don't even
no.
remember.
Oh no.
And started. It was $4.20.
Okay, that's a fun.
Yeah.
I'd say
It
that's
was-
good. As someone
it
who
hit my price.
spent
Yeah.
$40 for it,
Yeah.
$4, 10% of that is a much better price.
Yeah, I think I made it about 10, 15 minutes into it before I was kind of like, yeah, I'll come back to you later.
Yeah.
I hit the tutorial, and it was definitely interesting. I like the concept behind it. It's basically just a 2D Arkham game, which,
Yep.
cool, awesome.
Yeah.
But it seems a little repetitive 15 minutes in, so
Yeah, wait until about 8 hours.
yeah. So
And impossible boss fights.
and honestly, I probably would have played a lot more of it if Rogue Legacy had not come out this week.
I played so
Yeah.
much of Rogue Legacy.
I played so much Rogue. It was the only thing I played.
So are you playing it on Vita, I'm assuming?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I've been primarily playing it on PS4.
Mm-hmm. So here's how good I am at Rogue Legacy. I'm in like 2450 something.
Mhm.
I just beat the first boss.
Nice.
I'm great at that game.
Yeah. I'm
I've-
level like 70 something, and I'm struggling with the third boss yet again.
Yeah, I don't even know what level I am at this point. There were times where I would get 3 rooms in and just die.
Yeah.
Easy. You're level awesome.
Yeah,
Yeah.
level awesome.
4 million.
Yes, yes, I am.
You know, I as much as I loved Rogue Legacy when I played the crap out of it on PC, man, having it on that PS4 controller, and I'm going to assume the Vita
Oh yeah,
as a control scheme, is just, it works so, like, I think this is the platform to play it on. And it has all the extra stuff they eventually patched in, like the impossible bosses that are level 240 something.
yeah.
Nice.
Yeah,
Uh,
thankfully when you die in the optional like side bosses, it's not game over, they just spit you back out of the room.
Oh, cool. I'll have to try and find some of those guys.
I picked up an item from one of those shrines you pray at that usually give you Hedgehog's Curse.
Yeah, I really hate that one.
Yeah, it's kind of the worst.
Wait, Hedgehog's Curse?
Yeah, they misnamed it. It's supposed to be Hedgehog's Dilemma, but basically whenever you get hit, you spew out your coins. So
Ah,
Yeah,
yeah.
it's clever.
So I would have called it Hedgehog's Dilemma, so you could maybe make an Ava reference, but that would just be me. But yeah, I prayed at one of those, and it gave me like this pair of glasses. And I went
Ooh.
back to town, and Charon was like, "Oh, you got those glasses? Cool. Look for something new." And I was like,
Yeah.
All right.
Spidey sense tingling.
And the boss door for the first boss was open again and had all these sparkles. And I went in, and the boss is faster, and it's level 240.
Oh.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Because of the glasses you're wearing?
Yeah, they patched in, like, I guess there's, like, dark versions of all of the in-game bosses that you can
Nice.
fight over again. And they're
That's
just...
cool.
It seems like those are the highest, like, the highest challenge in the game.
Yeah.
I hope.
Yeah. Like I said, I've played a whole bunch. The issue I keep running into is I've leveled up so many things on the whatever it's called, the fortress
manor
or tower,
or whatever?
Yeah, the manor.
Yeah.
That I will go through. I will run through something, and I will get like just under 1,000 gold, and I won't be able to spend it on anything.
Yeah, I have I have 1 point in almost everything. I have the secret character to unlock, and then
Yeah.
one more upgrade. I only have like
Yeah.
two blank spots.
Yeah, I've got a couple blank spots. I've got to upgrade my Lich.
Yeah.
And I've got to upgrade. What's the other guy? I think the Mage.
Oh, okay.
One more. Or no, I think I have Archmage. I think there's something just beyond Archmage.
Spellblade maybe.
That's it.
That's
Yeah,
for
that's
the
the one I know.
Paladin. I don't remember.
What are you guys talking about?
It's crazy. So
Rogue Legacy.
for people
Get
that
it for
haven't
Vita,
played
man.
Rogue Legacy, it has a super cool leveling system. So once you're done with one run and you die, it spits you back to your manor. The whole idea of the game is this adventurer killed your father way back when, and now that guy's descendants are trying to defeat the adventurer who's at the end of this castle. So the conceit for leveling up is you have your manor that you're trying to build up, and with the gold you get at the end of each level, you can put points into certain things like higher attack, higher health, unlocking special classes. But then when you unlock those classes, there's something that's one step higher that has additional stuff. So like you can unlock the Paladin, which primarily focuses, it kind of balances between attack and magic. Then you can upgrade it one more time to Spellblade, which has something else. I don't even remember what. More mana, I think. I don't remember.
Probably.
And then those classes will appear when you go to pick your children. Those classes will appear in one of the three things. So the cool thing about Rogue Legacy is every time you die, one of your children takes your place.
Yeah.
And you pick one of your three descendants that are randomly generated. And there are bonuses and there are drawbacks. So you could pick, let's say, a Lich that has OCD. So when they break items around the environment, they get mana back.
Yeah.
But they are colorblind. So the whole game is gray. Or you have PAD, so your feet don't have a pulse, so the jutting up spikes don't come out. But you have muscle spasms, so every once in a while your controller will rumble very, very strongly.
Nice.
So-
My favorite has been Vertigo, where
Vertigo's
the whole
the
game
worst.
you just play upside down.
Yeah.
And what was the other really fun one? I love ADHD. Anytime I see it, I pick it
Yep.
because you're so much faster.
Yeah. I like there are a couple in there that are really great, like that don't really matter. Like if you're gay, if you're bald,
Yeah.
if you're there's one more. The one where you can't see 3D and all the characters
Yeah.
like flip on a 2D plane.
Well, I thought for a minute that because of that I couldn't stand on bookcases.
Oh, that'd be funny.
What?
Yeah,
Yeah.
I don't know. It might have just been a weird
Yeah,
glitch or bug
I
or
haven't had
something.
problems with that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's a couple other. I think IBS is another one. Your character just farts randomly.
Yeah, just like a tiny one.
Yeah.
God,
It's a little too.
that
Yeah.
game is so good. Oh,
It's
man.
really great. I've put in way, way more time. Every time I'm like, I'm going to sit down, I'm going to play The Last of Us. No, I'm going to play more Rogue Legacy because Last of Us requires an investment that I just can't, not until like I have a couple weeks here.
Well,
And then I can sit down and play The Last of Us like it deserves to be played.
Well, and that's the great thing about Rogue Legacy being the type of roguelike that it is no run will take you that long. I think one of my longest runs is probably 20 minutes.
Yeah.
And that's just because I kept getting lucky. So, God, it's so I can't recommend it enough. It's so good. Oh,
Yeah,
go buy
I will echo that statement, and it is fantastic on PS4 and on Vita. I played a little bit on PS4, but I played almost entirely on Vita.
yeah.
And the last game I played this week was a tiny little bit of The Last of Us. I played the intro again, which is still just, even if you know it's coming, that intro is just heart wrenching.
Oh yeah.
That
it's
intro
just
is absolutely brutal.
a gut punch.
And I played the very beginning, and it goes into its whole thing, and I'm like, oh, cool. And then I passed out with the controller in my lap because I was exhausted.
I was reading some stuff because I didn't enjoy The Last of Us when I played it on PS3.
Yeah.
I actually hear that game gets really great in the second half. So I'm curious to hear if that's, once you kind of dive into it, if that is your experience as well.
Yeah, we'll see. But yeah, I'm looking forward to playing more of that, and Rogue Legacy is gonna be my new Splunky for a little while.
Oh yeah.
It's just gonna be the thing I play because it's there.
Yeah.
But that's pretty much all I played this week.
I platinumed Infamous Second Son, which
Ooh.
was way easier than I thought.
Nice.
I would not recommend anyone playing the Evil Karma side of that game. Without spoiling anything, the end of that was, if I thought I had a problem with the good karma ending, the very last shot of that game with Evil Karma was maybe one of the worst things I've seen in a long time. And
Wow.
just like, oh, you're all the way evil. Like, not in a way where it's like Mass Effect, where you're just kind of a jerk. Like,
Yeah.
you are actively the most evil thing on this planet. Great.
Wow.
Good. Great. Glad I played that.
Proud of yourself?
No, I feel very dirty. So by that point, the only trophy I had left to get for platinum was playing it on expert difficulty, and I knocked that out in like 5 hours.
Nice.
That
Wow.
game is kind of short if you know what to do and you don't go get everything.
Yeah.
The only part I had trouble with was I guess minor spoilers, the part with Hank at the very end. Because that's just the cards are stacked against you for about an hour there.
Yeah.
And it's not very much fun to play, especially at the hardest difficulty where someone shoots you 3 times and you are dead. But yeah, that game was super good. I hadn't platinumed either of the other ones. I don't know why. But man, Second Son, and God, that game looks good. Man, especially when they first give you neon or when you're hunting the neon down and go to those alleys where everything's all swirly. Man,
Yeah.
so good. I cannot wait for the First Light DLC, I think it is.
Yeah.
That standalone DLC where you get to play as Fetch.
Oh, that's gonna be so much fun.
I think that's coming out within the next couple weeks.
Ooh,
it comes out
I have
this
more
month.
to do.
Yeah.
Awesome.
And the last game I've been playing this week is Tomb Raider on PS4, actually. The definitive edition.
Ooh.
Yeah.
I finished that. I had to restart it because I was at some point, they were expecting you to kind of remember how to play that game. And were giving you a lot of fights. So I started that back over. That game's a lot longer than I thought, but not really in a bad way. It's kind of that thing where you're like, oh yeah, okay, yeah, I still have a bunch of this. All right, I'm still getting upgrades. I still got a lot of cool stuff. Now I can make my own rope bridges. This is kind of neat. And I was thinking about it because I'm on this weird platinum train lately. I was thinking about it, I was like, man, maybe I should go platinum this thing. And then forgot that half of the trophies are multiplayer.
That's not
I
good.
was like, man, you know what? On the 360 version, I never played the multiplayer. Let's see if there's anybody in there anymore. And lo and behold, there's actually about a dozen people still playing this thing. And the multiplayer is really good. I have spent most of my week playing Tomb Raider multiplayer, which is
Nice.
kind of
It
weird.
is such a weird sentence.
So
It's very out of place for you.
they have, yeah, which is even stranger because usually I'm like, ugh, multiplayer. So there's 4 modes. There's free for all, which is your standard kill everybody. Team Deathmatch, which it is what it's on the tin. There's something called Rescue, which is you have to pick up these med packs around the environment. If you're the survivors, you have to pick up these med packs around the environment and deliver them to this little spot. If you're on the other team, the Solari, the bad guys in the game, you have to get the enemies to down but not out and then execute them.
Ooh.
So it sounds kind of like a Gears of War mode.
Yeah.
And the last one, which is the one I really, really enjoy, is called Cry for Help. And what it is it's point control, but you have to capture 3 points for your team to win. But if you're on the other side of the team, if you're on the other team, you have to capture 20 batteries that enemies drop when they die. But
Nice.
the enemies can pick them up too and try and capture them back for themselves. So it's this really cool, like, it's not just point control and point mitigation. It's not like whoever gets to 3 wins. It's this really cool back and forth of how quickly can you shut the enemies down before they capture their points, or how quickly can you capture your points without dying so you don't give the enemies your batteries. And that's the one I've been enjoying the most, because it's this really cool push and pull where if you shut the enemy team out, it feels really, really mean. Like, it's just like, we were in this for 2 minutes, I already got 2 points captured, I only got 1 more, we got 4 party members and 2 points, so you do the math, we're gonna win.
Nice.
But then when you're able to bring it back from kind of the brink of loss, it's even sweeter, because it's like, well, you only had 1 point to capture, but you got all your batteries, you suck. But it's kind of neat. It's really surprising playing this with a small group of people, because you kind of get to know the people that you're playing with in a really weird way. Like, I don't have any of the volume on, because I don't want to hear humans on PS4. But it's kind of nice to see, like, hop in a game, and it's sort of like, oh, that dude's here. Oh, he's on my team this time. All right, he's pretty good.
Nice.
So it's kind of...
You recognize them by their play styles and now?
Yeah, pretty much. Where it's like, I'm getting to the point where I have this guy who's kind of my nemesis. He's really good. I think he's on Prestige 2. And you can kind of tell maybe what he's going to do when he's in certain situations. He still kills the crap out of me, but at least I was like...
But you can see it coming.
Yeah,
now.
I've sort of been like, well, I should have seen that coming, but now my face got blown off by a shotgun, so it doesn't really matter anymore. But that's all I've been playing, so let's take a break.
Cool.
Oh, that was only half an hour?
Yeah, I played
know, it felt
Borderlands
like-
nothing this week.
I got some Tomb Raider to play.
I feel
Yeah.
the same way about whatchamacallit too. Like on Battlefield. I mean, we had games. Almost every game this week was like separated by like 100 tickets, which is really tight.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Like I think one time this week we had to finish 4 tickets was the difference between winning and losing.
Wow. See, that's the weird thing about Team Deathmatch and Tomb Raider is it's basically the first team to 25 kills. Which, if you're 4-on-4 or 5-on-5, which I think is the max, that's not a lot of kills. It's kind of nice because the matches are pretty quick.
Yeah.
And by default,
Nice.
it's best 2 out of 3.
Sweet.
I
I'm ready to
still
go drink.
All right.
I still can't get over how much fun I'm having with Battlefield.
It's pretty
Like
crazy.
every night it's something stupid. I don't know. Probably think it's got more to do with the company because I'm never playing that game alone with random people. Like
Yeah.
we're always a good group of guys.
Well, that's what's weird about Tomb Raider too, with all the like this really, really small community, is it's sort of like, oh, hey, that dude's on my team again. All right, cool, he's pretty good. Like, I don't know any of these people, and my nemesis threw me a friend request at some point, which was just on PS4, which was just full of French, and I was like, that's a lot. I know your invite says, would you like to play some Tomb Raider? I know that much French. but beyond that, I do not know what you are talking about.
So you had your own little like Nook moment that I
Yeah,
had with
totally.
that dude Battlefield. Like, didn't that like I love the internet for that stuff.
Yeah, like I just got that invite, and I was just like, I don't. What?
Like, it's so fun. Like, you run into the same dudes. Like, we've been noticing that more and more often. Like, we start remembering, like, because a lot of the guys that have, like, their special individual tags, like,
Oh,
along
yeah.
with, oh, wait, I got Cartman peeing again, killed me. Like, it's, like, all this ridiculous stuff, and you start recognizing, like, oh, my God, these guys are on a lot.
Yeah, yeah. These guys are on a lot, and they're probably live streaming too. If I was to guess.
Hey, dude, and on top of that, like, I got, like, I checked my battle log. Like, I've put in 200 plus hours of Battlefield.
Wow.
It's
I mean, you don't have
amazing.
everything unlocked yet either, which is kind of a great value proposition.
Oh, it's well, not even on top of that. There's all these weird like sub hidden missions that you get. Like, I think there's one where they wanted you to destroy 2 million tanks in a week, not just one person, the entire community.
Wow.
Within 3 days, they had destroyed 1.6 million.
Jeez. I love when companies do stuff like that.
Like right now, it's like it's throwing out heals. Like, I think one map of the locker when we were playing a double XP weekend, and I threw on my 200 XP, so I was getting 4 times XP. I leveled
Wow.
up like 5 times just in one session
Jeez.
because we're scoring so much XP. And on the hurt locker, like, you just like, I roll around as the assault medic dude. Like, I'm just like dink, picking people up left and right.
Yeah.
I got like 38 ribbons just from healing people.
Man.
It is like, I mean, it's comedy gold. Like, I really wish I could capture everyone's chat because it is ridiculous.
Yeah.
It's so ridiculous. And especially like Tomsy. Tomsy just sits back there and waits for, like, he hit that moment when Tom Gamer said something to his girlfriend, like, I'll be up there in like 15 minutes or something. It's like, well, he was like, what did you get ready with? Did you teach her the 2-finger flick yet? And we just fucking lost it.
Oh,
You just lost it. And then it was
Tomsy's
pretty much
a joke sniper.
Oh, he's an SPD. He's silent but deadly. Like,
Yeah.
it just comes in the timing, like the comedic timing in that group is just, it's priceless.
Yeah.
Nice.
All right, let's kick this next segment off here.
Yeah.
I got a lot of housework to do today.
Yeah, I gotta mow my lawn now that I did all the trimming and shit.
Yeah.
I'm sure that'll get twisted around at some point.
Yep.
They were mowing their man's lawn.
Okay.
Alright, stop. I don't want the keyboard. Go down. Zoom, 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 zoom. Alright, you guys ready?
Ready?
Yeah.
Alright, ready in 3, 2, 1. Welcome back, everybody. We got releases. Yay!
Hooray.
For August 4th, 2014, Ultra Street Fighter 4 for the 360 and PS3.
Probably PC, but I didn't see it listed.
Yeah.
Capcom, just
If you
make
have
a new-
not yet dove into Street Fighter 4, I guess maybe now there's no better time? Maybe?
I don't know.
Now
man.
that they're
Like,
making
it's
Street
just-
Fighter 5?
This seems to be the likeliest to be the definitive edition, but maybe not.
Probably. You know,
Yeah.
until it says Street Fighter 4, the definitive edition, maybe you should hold
Maybe.
off on buying it?
Maybe that comes out next week on the Xbox One and PlayStation 4.
There you go.
Because why not?
That would sell like gangbusters.
Yes, it would. Please don't do that, Capcom.
Yes.
They're not listening.
I had put that away. All right, the Swapper for PlayStation 4, PlayStation 3, and the Vita.
I already have this pre-ordered.
Yeah,
Same-
this is part of that deal with PSN if you
yeah,
pre-order
PS
or buy.
Play or something.
Yeah.
Like their summer of games sort of thing. It's supposed to be a really cool puzzle game where you swap places with someone else in the environment.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Check that out.
Sacred 3 for the PlayStation 3, 360, and PC. When did 2 come out? I don't remember
Like
2.
10
While
years
back.
ago.
Yeah.
Like 15
Let's
when
find
Dungeon
out.
Siege 2 came out. Like that's the same
Holy-
era, I think.
Wow.
Yeah.
All right, way to
Fallen
follow it up.
Angel came out 2008, actually.
Oh, really?
Yeah, 2008, 2009.
Weird.
Huh.
Mm-hmm.
Alrighty. The Road Not Taken for the PlayStation 4 and PC.
I don't know much about that game, but its style looks super cool.
Is it about the poem?
Maybe.
Is
That'd
it-
be interesting.
Is it derivative? Maybe.
No, it's not
Maybe.
derivative.
Maybe. Since we are well off the road not taken, so
Yeah.
we're doing good. We're doing all right.
Yeah.
And Metrico for the PlayStation Vita.
That's part of the free games this month too.
Yeah.
The August PSN games are really good.
Yeah. And a lot of people are complaining about them, but whatever.
Yeah, you know, you
It's-
give somebody something free and they hate it.
It's the
Dragon's
internet.
Crown is free, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah, go play that.
I don't have a reason not to, so.
Yeah, well,
Nope.
except for the art style,
Yeah.
art content. My bad.
I'm not on a train every day anymore, so.
That's true. Play that in a dark room. No one judges you.
Oh no, then you just get
The
more
blanket
judgment
over
when
your
you come
head,
out.
Yeah, what are you playing in there, honey? No, nothing. You go away.
hiding in the storeroom, reading the never-ending story. Betray you. U.S. release for the week of August 4th, 2004.
10 years.
Doom 3 was 10 years ago.
10 years of flashlights.
Oh my gosh.
10 years of needing duct tape.
Yep.
No, did you get the duct tape mod? Duct tape mod.
Yeah,
Did
did you get the Batman flashlight mod?
Yeah.
That was hot there for a minute.
Arkham
yeah.
Go. Like, it's... Oh, jeez. And Galleon for the Xbox.
You know, this was a weird game because I think this, for some reason, that got so much press when it came out, and I think it was like the last great hope for the original Xbox, and then it just... It was like,
Yeah.
oh, Pirates, open world, Xbox, oh yeah, this would be... No, never mind. It kind of blows.
Wow, it just looks terrible.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it looks terrible in a way that it would have been like a budget title in the 90s.
It
Yeah,
was
like, it's
trying
just
way
not-
too hard.
Yeah,
It was trying way too hard.
just a weird game.
There are GameCube games that looked like 1,000 times better than that.
Yeah.
At launch.
Yeah.
Easy, cowboy.
It's not
soon.
pretty, man.
Dude.
All right, moving on to
Rough.
news stories. EA unveiled their EA Access plan for the Xbox One for, what was the pricing? $5 a month or $30 a year. You can probably figure out which one is the better deal. EA Access will allow people to download 4 titles from the EA Vault, which right now is FIFA 14, Madden 25, Peggle 2, and BF4. So if you wanted to play with knobs, $30 a
Yes.
year. So it's a kind of this neat thing where they're basically you pay $30 a year or $5 a month, and you get a lot of EA games for that price. So that seems kind of interesting. It's a little disappointing that it's not a larger subscription for more companies, though
Yeah.
I think we can all assume why that isn't the case.
Yeah.
But that's kind of neat to see one developer kind of take the leap, or one publisher take the leap and say, like, all right, let's try and get a subscription. At least, I guess, we'll try and make some Madden money back, I guess.
This is so weird because it's the polar. It's like everything's happening in reverse. Like when Xbox first came out and they had Madden and stuff, EA didn't want anything to do with any of that. They wanted to have their own servers, their own systems. They wanted
Yeah.
it set up on their terms. They didn't want it on Xbox Live.
Yeah.
Yep.
And then it was such a huge announcement when they were like, "Oh yeah, EA games on Xbox Live," and now they're sort of separating it again. Almost. They're sort of like, oh, it's not the same thing, but it's sort of like, oh, they're making a logical separation. You know, okay, you can get these games through Xbox Live, but
Yeah.
there's a subscription fee. It's our own service yet again.
So
It's weird.
The interesting thing why that's only on Xbox One is because Sony doesn't want it.
Yeah.
They just flat out said, quote, "We evaluated the EA Access subscription offering and decided it does not bring the kind of value PlayStation customers have come to expect," end quote. Well, maybe we should decide that?
Yeah.
Am I going to get all the EA games for free for PlayStation Plus forever? Because if not, then that's not the same thing.
Yeah.
And then they said, oh, PlayStation Plus memberships are up more than 200% since the launch of PS4. Well, yeah, because you need it to play online.
Yeah.
So,
That's the joy of 100% attachment ratio.
right, like you can't. This is very much. It's very much the same thing Microsoft did last gen, where it's like, look at this crazy. Like 50% of people have Xbox Live, and it's like, well, yeah, because you can't watch Netflix without it, guys.
Yeah.
Like, and it's kind of like, it's very interesting to see the two companies kind of switch around, because this seems like something Microsoft would have done on the 360. Where it's like, yeah, I don't think that really meets, our customers' needs, and it doesn't really, it's suddenly very popular. Okay, maybe we loved it. Well, all right, we've gotten it to work with Xbox Live.
Great idea.
Yeah, good job, guys.
Yeah.
Yeah, that seems like one of Sony's first stumbles here on the PS4, is making this choice for us. And I feel like that's not the thing that they should be doing.
Well, they got to remember we're a bunch of rebellious children. We don't like being told what to do.
Right,
That's
exactly.
That's true.
That's
just
what
give
it boils
us our
down to.
quasi-free games, Sony.
Yep. Yeah, hide the cost in there somewhere a month. We won't care.
Yeah.
Obviously, we still pay for stupid subscriptions.
Yeah.
So,
Well, speaking of subscriptions, Sony's PlayStation Now beta is open beta. So now I think everybody can go try that. I don't know if the NDA is lifted, so I'm not going to say anything yet. But everybody can go try that yourselves. But people have asked 2 questions of Sony. I think questions that are really good. Like, hey, where are the PS1 and the PS2 games? And Sony's response is pretty much like, shh, 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 shh.
Yeah.
No, no, it's
No.
PS3 right now, right? Guys, yay, PS3, everybody loves playing all that. And it's like, no. And then when pressed, Sony pretty much said, like, hey guys, look, it's a beta. All right, like, we got the PS3 working. PS1 and 2 are going to come later, but it's not out yet. So
Baby steps.
yeah, which, okay, I can kind of get behind that. But maybe I'd like to play some PS1 and 2 games on that too. That'd be okay.
We're just the hardest group to satisfy.
Yeah, what I hope is that they eventually get there. You know, I'm hoping it's not the PlayStation Classics thing on the PS3, where it's like, hey, this week we've got 3 Army Men games, and it's just like, I don't care.
yeah.
I never asked for this.
I want to play the good games that came out, but those aren't gonna happen. Okay.
Yeah. Are we burning those games? I don't know.
Yeah. I don't know. And then people start asking, like, hey guys, what about a subscription? Because your prices are kind of not good
That's an
for
understatement.
anything.
Yeah.
So Sony is pretty much saying, like, oh yeah, we're still working on that. Nothing right now though. But you'll 4-hour rentals will soon only be $2. So keep an eye out for that. It's like, well, that's maybe still not much better.
Yeah.
Maybe your business model shouldn't sound like a cheap motel.
Right.
Yeah. No, charged by the hour motel.
Yeah. Yeah, some of that, now that the pricing is
Does
public.
that come with force feedback?
Yeah. Now that the pricing is public, I can probably talk about it. It sucks.
It's terrible.
Like, there are 90-day rentals that are like $30 for
What?
really old games.
yeah.
I don't always advocate buying games used, but some of those you can probably find new for less than that.
Yeah.
It's just the selection is pretty good of games up there, and the pricing model is it's tone deaf. I mean that to me is the worst part. Is they just don't know what anything close to what the right price should be.
Mm-hmm.
Well, right now, I mean, if they're looking at it at a business, they're technically they're looking at it almost like a new product that they're just rebranding.
Yeah.
But I mean, the value of a lot of this stuff is depreciated beyond the point of any value of owning.
Yeah. I mean, they're PS3 games. Like, that's not... I don't want to make it sound like it's a colony of lepers, but the PS4 is out now, and the real strength to me of PlayStation Now is being able to go back and say, like, okay, I never played Infamous 1 and 2. I'll just stream them for a couple of bucks and knock them out, and I don't have to have these discs. I don't have to plug my PS3 back in because the PS4 isn't backwards compatible. So, like, it's on some level it is the price of convenience, and it's going to be a little bit higher than going out and buying a PS3 game that's 5 years old. But it shouldn't be the thing where you look at it and you're like, nope, no way. No. I'm good. So, kind of a bummer. And the last news story here we have is Crytek sells Homefront to Deep Silver. So Crytek UK has they're having some problems. Like maybe not paying people, and maybe nobody works there anymore, but they're not closed.
Somehow.
But nobody really knows, and when Crytek came out to make a statement, they're like, yeah, there have been a lot of rumors, but we're not going to tell you anything.
Apparently, as long as there's still an engine, there's still a company.
Yeah, I guess. So now, Deep Silver, their Deep Silver Dambuster Studios is working on Homefront: The Revolution. What's really sad is there's been this joke around since the original Homefront came out that IP is cursed. Maybe.
Maybe, yeah, it's getting a little more valid each time it changes hands.
Mm-hmm.
How about we go full-on conspiracy theory and say that North Korea is behind the whole thing?
Perfect. I love it.
Awesome. Let's do it.
Oh, Oon.
Have you watched my YouTube video? So that's a bummer because I think that Homefront, if someone can do Homefront really well, they can do it right. It's an incredible seller. The first one sold incredibly well, but THQ had so many other problems. They had that one major problem that they just couldn't dig themselves out of the hole from. They made the right choice that totally set the company on fire. For those of you that don't remember the history of THQ, the thing that killed them was not keeping U-Draw on the Wii and trying to bring it on to PS3 and 360.
Yeah, that was a mistake.
It was a good choice that, unfortunately, the market was not interested in.
Yeah.
All right, let's move on to tweets.
Ooh.
Yes.
Derek Many writes in and says, new PS4 guy here. Congratulations.
Congrats.
Should I power it all the way down or just suspend? Is one supposed to be better for the system in the long run? Suspend. Especially if you have PS Plus. Please suspend, because it'll download patches, it'll upload your saves to the cloud, it'll download the new firmware. I mean, in the middle of the night, it's going to do so much stuff that you kind of don't want to wait around to do. So...
Yeah, I had an unfortunate experience the other day where my wife and I were watching, I think, Netflix or Hulu on PS4, and she's like, all right, well, I'm going to go up to bed. Are you going to use the PS4? I'm like, no, I'm going to just play my Vita for a while. And she turned it all the way off, and I audibly gasped.
What have you done, you fool?
What are you doing?
How dare you?
And she got really offended, as she should have.
Yeah, She got really offended. I don't know why.
Yeah, I can't imagine why. I wasn't
I
being
can
a
only
jerk.
imagine her look like, oh, suck it up.
Just
Yeah.
like, I just turned it off. What do you want me to do? What is this new frontier? I'm so confused.
So that's me.
So that's what I got going on. So if you don't want to offend your significant other, just leave it on suspend.
Yeah,
Leave a post-it note on it. Do not turn off.
Yeah.
there you go.
But yes, there are some great benefits for leaving it on standby. The other Jay-Z tweets, regarding Rogue Legacy, what's your favorite class? I love me some liches. Liches love me because they know that I can rock. Thank you for a quality MSI reference. I'm partial to either the Lich, because every enemy they kill they get more health permanently.
Yeah,
Or the Hokage.
yeah. He's my boy.
I like that a lot. They can't crit, but they just do a monstrous amount of damage.
They do.
Like steady, stable damage.
Yeah, I would take that any day over like a monster crit.
Yeah. Monster crits. That's what this show should have been called.
And the ability to just dodge damage with by turning into a log.
Yeah. I just like the poof, and then
Log.
you're a log.
Smoke bomb.
Yep.
Yeah, pretty much.
Pretty much.
It's pretty wild. The best is when you get a Hokage that has ADHD and PAD.
Yeah.
You can just
Nothing
bolt
can
through
stop me
every
now.
level. Yeah, it's the best.
All right, let's move on to emails. Hello, TVGP. This is Jean-Francois from Quebec, Canada. Why, hello.
Oh.
Bonjour.
Hello,
Sounds fake.
Buenas noches.
Quick story before my question. Listening to Boston's stories of playing Lego games over the years, I've decided to try some myself. Welcome to the club of weird collectathons.
Yep.
I first bought Lego City Undercover on Wii U, and it was totally awesome as a GTA Lego, which reminds me I need to purchase that. So awesome, in fact, that even my fiance, which is not a big gamer, even took the gamepad away from me and finished the game before I could. After that, she was addicted, so I decided to take a look on the eShop, and Lego Batman 2 was on sale there, and it was 2 players co-op. That's where Lego games get crazy, or you run into maybe divorcing. But what was truly great is the fact that with the gamepad, we can have our own screen each and go in our own separate direction without being bothered by some split screen, which I didn't know about. That's awesome.
That's fantastic.
I was playing in the bed watching the gamepad while she was playing on the couch watching the TV, not something you can do with many consoles. Obviously, Boston has a PS4 and Xbox One now, so there may be no reason to buy an inferior version on Wii U, but I wanted to point that out. Lego games really seem to be great co-op games to enjoy with someone who doesn't really play video games normally. So thanks for your stories, Boston. I gave those games a try because of that. I think the Lego games are super great for a lot of people that don't play games, or for kids, because they're so low impact, and you can't get a game over. Like, sure, you die and you lose some studs, or you shoot somebody else in the Lego games, and then you start a fist fight. But, like, that's about the worst.
Oh, man, I web-slinged the crap out of Captain America. Oh, man.
These things happen.
Very nice.
But yeah, I feel like those games are... And I feel like they're genuinely funny in kind of a cute way. Where, like, even if you don't know... even if you haven't watched the Hobbit games... They're kind of, slapstick enough, or, the great things about the Star Wars games is, they're pantomiming your favorite Star Wars scenes, but they're also kind of like wearing a chicken hat. It's kind of...
Yeah.
It's kind of dumb enough to be fun. I don't know, those games are really great, except for Lego Batman 1, Indiana Jones, and Pirates of the Caribbean. Just skip those guys. Those are pretty bad. Now to the main question. Console war, just for fun, no real anger here. I'll name the big consoles in each main generation of gaming, starting from the third one, the NES era. And I want you to quickly pick your favorite with a short reason why. It doesn't have to be a rational choice based on the quality of said console. It may be because of our own experience with it. For example, personally, every time there would be a Sega console, it would be my pick, even though it was mostly the underdog in almost all generations. So here we go. Generation 3, NES or Master System?
Master System,
NES.
Sega.
NES, even though I really like the boxes for the Master System.
Those
That,
are
like,
pretty sweet.
black and white check where like that dude's holding his head under his arm.
It was blue and white.
It was
Blue,
and white.
that's right. My
Yeah.
apologies. Sorry to all the Sega fans around the world. Generation 4, SNES versus Genesis versus TurboGrafx 16. Well, certainly not the third one.
No.
Genesis.
Genesis. Yeah.
Super NES. Because it
Alright.
had all the RPGs. It had Chrono Trigger.
Comic
can't-
Zone. That's all I'm basing this on entirely.
Like, here's my big...
Fantasy Star, Sword of Vermilion. Come on.
Well, here's my big... SNES has Chrono Trigger. Genesis has Toe Jam and Earl, which is one of the best games ever made by two people. So, how can you go wrong? I don't know. The other Jay-Z says, Knobs, now I have to fight you in real life. Everybody
Bring
be
it.
cool.
Dude, alright, you take your little light shooter, I'll take my light phaser.
There, see? Yeah. Generation 5, N64 versus Saturn versus PlayStation. PlayStation.
Oh, Saturn.
Oh, come on.
Ooh, come, really?
What are
Really?
you
Sega.
smoking over there?
Sega.
Look,
Ah.
I love the Saturn. That thing is, if it's not 2D, that thing is kind of a turd.
N64.
What is wrong with you? I love Turok too, guys.
No, I had a lot of
Far
really
from
great
life.
local multiplayer experiences with that. Specifically, actually, this is a really great story. So when Pokemon Stadium came out, one of my really good friends lived right down the street. He came by, and I don't remember what I was doing, but him and my little brother were playing, and my little brother was losing. And this is how awesome my little brother is. He got up, walked to the N64, turned it off, turned around and went, "I win," and walked out of the room.
These are my rules.
Yeah.
No, I mean, the Saturn, dude, Panzer Dragon. Come on.
Yeah, all right, I'll give you that one.
The worst version of Symphony of the Night.
Clearly.
Skeleton Warriors was
Really?
amazing.
Really?
Shinobi, come on.
It had a lot of good fighting games. I'll give it that. Unfortunately,
best
the worst
one, no.
version of Symphony of the Night. Hannah's right.
Yeah.
Yeah, I can't argue that.
Yeah. Generation 6, GameCube versus
Dreamcast.
Dreamcast versus PlayStation 2 versus Xbox.
Ooh.
Not Xbox, unfortunately, as much as I
Yeah,
love that.
but Halo and LAN parties.
Yeah, but dude, Jet Set Radio, too.
I know. Unfortunately, not the GameCube. I don't think it had enough great games. I think the great games that were on there were really great, like Metroid Prime. But PS2
Yeah.
has so many RPGs.
I have to pick the Xbox.
What is wrong?
It was too formative for me. It was
Okay.
the system all of my friends were playing on at the time.
You know, my caveat, here's my caveat, because Dreamcast by far, 2 years. And then I had to pick one. I had to go with the Xbox because the games, I thought the games were better.
Well, and at the
The
time,
games that I
it
wanted to
wasn't the
play were
PS2, and you really hated Sony.
Yes, I did.
Yeah.
You know,
I
might
yeah, I-
have to go with PS2. I'm fighting between Dreamcast and PS2 because Dreamcast, every single game that came out on that platform is amazing. And please do not think that that's some sort of weird hyperbole. And it's like, well, what about Fur Fighters? That game's really great. Shut up. But at the same time, PS2 has so many games, and so many of them are really great.
Yeah.
Well, I think it was depends on the games in your wheelhouse too, like
Yeah.
between the two. Because I mean, I was never a GT fan. But let's be completely clear: Sega GT was outstandingly good.
Yeah.
And gave us Project Gotham Racing,
Soul Calibur, like the
Soul
best version
Calibur.
of Soul Calibur.
Yeah, I mean, all this just kept knocking them down, and like not only did I thought the games looked better,
Yep.
but it gave you 2K Sports. Was that was their home?
Yep.
Yeah.
I mean,
It
there
even
was- there
gives you
was so-
weird, obscure games like Toy Commander, which was an amazing game.
Yep.
dude, Psychonauts
Yeah.
was an Xbox original for a while.
Yes,
True.
It was.
Yeah, I don't-
You also
I-
got Phantom Dust, which is a personal favorite.
That's true. Yeah, I think I'm gonna pick PS2 because it just
It almost sounded like you were gonna change there.
No, I
Yeah,
just
yes.
the amount and quality of JRPGs on that platform, as of so far, is unrivaled. I mean, not even the PS1 beat it.
All I'm
Yes.
saying is Ninja Gaiden Black. That's all I'm saying.
JC, there you go. I
Well-
mean, the best third-person action game ever
You,
made.
you have a compelling argument.
I do
Well,
have a
yeah,
compelling argument. I have a
and
less
we got
compelling
to-
argument in Jade Empire, but
Generation
Oh,
7, Wii versus PS3 versus 360, 360.
360.
Yeah, I think the exclusives on PS3 are really great, and of course the success of the Wii is not to be downplayed. But the overall the library for the 360 is so outstanding.
Yep.
Yeah. And I, and I have to say that without Xbox Live, I don't think the 360 would have been as
No.
a success that it was.
No, not at all.
I was thinking that the other day about achievements. Like, I forgot that when the 360 came out, that was the first platform with achievements.
Yep.
And eventually Sony brought in trophies later. But I'm sort of like, man, they kind of really changed the game with Xbox Live, the party system, party chat, achievements, the store being integrated into the platform, digital, like Xbox Live Arcade. Like, there's so much stuff that Microsoft threw out day one, and they're like, what do you guys think of this? And it was just...
Because they started testing that stuff out at the tail end of the Xbox's life.
Oh, totally.
Xbox Live Arcade originally debuted on the original Xbox with
I miss Blades.
what were those games?
I don't even
There's
remember.
I'd have to
there was
look up
only
the
a
original
handful.
list. Yeah, but it was like, wait, what? You can download games onto a console? What is this madness?
Yeah. Yeah, I just... So many crazy things that Microsoft ushered in.
Wasn't Fusion Frenzy like one of the ones from the original Xbox that crossed over that you could
For
play
some
that game?
reason.
Yeah, I don't know why they did that. It's crazy.
Yeah, it's not a sound decision at all.
Yeah. All right, moving on to the next email here from Craig F. He says, let's assume that you overnight inherited an outstanding amount of gaming talent. What one game played at a professional level would each member of the cast like to be given this ability in? He says, for me it's Street Fighter. I watch EVO matches in complete awe, and I'm so down on myself when I get online and realize how mediocre I am. Thanks for the cast, dudes.
I would like the Street Fighter skills to have to be able to play the level that we were playing at in Guilty Gear X2.
Yeah.
Yeah, I could do Guilty Gear. I would probably have to pick Counter-Strike just because 17-year-old me would come into the future and beat the crap out of me if I didn't.
Yeah. I think I'd probably pick Dota too.
Yeah?
Because the amount of variety in that game from match to match is outstanding. And as Mina in chat says, LOL, get rich. Yeah, I think either if you go for LoL or if you go for Dota 2, I feel like just the variety of characters and matches and matchups in that is probably, if I was to pick something that I would want to play for the next 1,000 hours, it'd probably be something like that.
Yeah, because I mean, even playing a fighting game, at some point you hit that critical wall where it just becomes grating.
Yeah.
And same thing with RTSs. Like, I would love to be able to play like that, but it just seems exhausting to play like a professional level StarCraft match.
Oh,
yeah, keeping your APMs up and just being like so stressed.
Like, it seems like you literally have to work the phalanges out before you get in there.
Yeah.
It just...
Have these little dumbbells on your fingers.
This is like... This. Like...
All right, and our last email here from Sean, a.k.a. Toxic Joker, says, hey guys, glad to finally be able to writing in again. Lately with vacation and job and moving, it's been nuts. Yeah, I hear you.
Tell me about it.
My first question is for Knobs. Are you cool if when I see you online I hop in your group for Battlefield 4? I have the game but rarely play because all my friends play Titanfall, which is great, but I have that itch to play Battlefield.
Absolutely. Everyone is welcome.
Hop it on in. If you don't
Hopping
know
on
knobs,
in.
you will soon.
Yes.
Yeah. No, it's not even a matter of that. I mean, it's just hop in. It doesn't matter. Just hop in, say hi. Donnie's gonna ask you where you are, where you're from, and at some point we'll mail you something, sports related.
Probably.
But I mean, it is a lot of fun, and it is a very, very open group. It's not an old boys club.
Oh,
Like,
yeah,
it's-
totally not.
Everyone's welcome at any time.
Yep. Just hop
We're
it on
always
in.
horrified.
we're always picking up some random person that becomes part of the collective. We are bored.
Taking them under your wing.
Yeah.
Now on to questions for the group. First, why is it that people seem to be dismissive of indie games, and that if you're not playing AAA titles, there's something wrong with you? There was a good article this week on Joystick, I think it was, or maybe Kotaku, that sort of posited that same question, and I think that's a really good question, because I think there's been this weird backlash lately about indie games, or even games that appear to be indie, whatever that means. I feel like there's something about those games that when you call an indie game, using that word pejoratively, I feel like somebody thinks that's
Oh, it's a good word.
oh, thank you, that someone thinks it's like this 2D pixel art platformer that was early access on Steam and never got released. You know, like
Yeah.
I feel like if you look at those games, that's where real innovation is coming. Sure, are there 500 copies of The Forest, and are there 500 roguelikes? Sure, but there are some really amazing, really great... I mean, we talked about Rogue Legacy earlier, which, yes, is a 2D pixel art platforming roguelike, to be fair. But it's just to think that you're spending so much time with a $10 game that I've already played a ton before. I mean,
Yeah.
that's what's so appealing to me about indie games overall.
Well, it's sifting through the muckety muck because there's
Yeah.
so much of it.
Mhm.
Like it's almost to the point where it's overload, where you're almost get a hipster label for even mentioning indie titles.
Yeah, and I feel like that's what Sony's been really good at, is kind of taking these great indie star games under their wing and then bringing them out onto PS3, PS4, and Vita. And just saying, like, hey, if you want to start with indie games, here are the best. You know, here's this buffet of amazing, independently small team developed games.
Yeah.
Well, if you get someone to brand a pack of games, like you say, well, here are like the humble indie bundle type stuff. Like here are our AAA indie titles. Like these are the ones that are received the best and have been tested and it's solid and everything works great. I think the worst thing with the indie in the indie industry is that if you get something that's broken, it automatically assumes everything is broken.
Yeah, exactly. It's one
Everything's-
apple doesn't spoil the whole bushel.
Like everything's lumped into that one indie category that, like, come on, Baby Maker Extreme, whatever. Like
yeah,
it's
Yeah.
that's like, I made a game with zombies in it. That's a joke. Like, it was 99 cents.
Exactly.
But then you start looking at a game like Fez, you know, who was made by like 5 people, two of which worked on it primarily, and that game is amazing. And then you go back to a game we were talking about originally, Toe Jam and Earl. That was made by 2 people, and like one person
did
that
not
helped
know
out
that.
a little bit. Yeah,
Oh,
only made by 2 people. They did
That's impressive.
everything, and one
That's
person
crazy.
came in and helped a little bit with like some music and a little bit of art. That's an indie game. You know, like, that's Doom 1 was an indie game.
Yeah.
That was made
Doom
by like
1 is the
5
ultimate
dudes.
indie game.
Yeah.
yeah.
Shareware. It invented the concept, practically.
Yep.
Yeah. It's like calling REM an indie band. Yeah, they started it. You know, like, that's like,
adorable.
yeah, and it's like, you know, I feel like so many people are, I feel like when people talk about indie games, it's the same way they talk about, like, oh, you ate a food that wasn't like free range raised.
It's elitism.
Yeah.
Yeah,
We're getting-
exactly.
Absolute elitism.
It's this weird, like, AAA
Ugh.
elitism, which I find
Yeah.
really weird.
It would be like
No,
like
we're getting
you have this opposite problem in Metalhead land, where if you're not listening to the most obscure, weird bands you can, then you're not true
Yeah.
Metalhead.
Oh, they didn't.
Where
They came from a village that has 50 people in it. I'm so. It's
they
just.
came-
It's
they-
too big.
I'm sorry, you're not listening to Viking metal from the Faroe Islands.
Yeah.
Then you're not true.
Yeah.
You're not a true
Hymns-
metalhead. True
hymns
spelled
I
with a
like
V.
metal.
Yeah.
Hymns I like metal.
Yeah.
So here's a good list. Toxic Joker in chat listed out a great Don't Starve, Gone Home, Fez, Antichamber, Guacamelee, SteamWorld Dig, and Rogue Legacy. Those are all indie games. Like
Yep.
these are all outstanding, top quality games, and they're made by like 5 people. Some of these indie games are made by 1 person.
Yep.
You know, like it's just, it's astounding. Someone in chat here. The other JZ said, before we get back to Toxic Joker's email, hey Boston, dumb PS4 owner question. I got some headphones in the box. Do those have a mic built in? They do. They're not great, but I don't know what you should buy instead. So I wish I could tell you, like, go about and buy the Gold Pulse headset. I don't know if that's any good or not. Sorry, I've let you down. My next question is, what is your one prediction that you think we will see at Gamescom? Toxic Joker says, my personal prediction is that Dishonored 2 will be announced, although I hope to hear Fallout 4 announced. I don't think we're really going to have a lot of big announcements at Gamescom this year. I think we'll probably have a lot of footage of The Witcher.
Yeah.
But beyond that, if you look online, there haven't even been any rumors since E3.
Yeah, I think we'll get a little more information about Metal Gear Solid 5, because that's pretty much been promised at this point.
Yeah, that's true. I think we'll see more Dragon Age, probably.
Ooh.
Gamescom is always kind of RPG focused.
Something Simulator 2015.
That's true.
Yeah.
Sorry, just enjoying some delicious water here.
Delicious water, kids. I need my sustenance. My H2O.
My final question is for whoever has played Hearthstone. I have. I recently downloaded, and even though I'm absolute street trash, sorry, they caught me off guard. I have fun. My question is, any particular hero I should choose? Also, what is the best build to a deck? Thanks, guys. So the second question, I can't answer that to you. You can find 400 opinions online. You kind of have to find the play style that you like. I always really like the Hunter.
Yeah, same here.
I think they have a really strong starter deck that you can play with pretty easily, and I feel like the Hunter deck is varied enough that you can kind of find your groove really easily. Like, do you want to have a lot of traps? Do you want to have a lot of animals? Do you want to have a lot of, death rattle cards, that sort of stuff?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, other than that, I think the fun thing for me for Hearthstone is being absolute street trash and then saying, like, okay, well, these cards don't go together at all, and oh man, that guy just totally beat the crap out of me by playing these 2 cards together. Okay, maybe, do I have one of those? All right, maybe I should, let me check those out and try and do some of that. I don't know. Hearthstone's crazy. Hearthstone is a lot like any Blizzard game, where it's sort of like, either you have the perfect deck that everybody agrees to this week, or you're running this kind of crazy deck which somehow manages to work, and nobody believes it.
Yeah.
So,
Right, and then you get accused of cheating.
Yeah. Yeah. But that's all the tweets and emails we have this week. You can visit us at tvgp.tv, email us at tvgpfans@gmail.com, tweet us at tvgp, follow us on Reddit. It's the E1M1 subreddit. I'm actually starting to post there again. I know that Hannah has been posting there for a while too, in my absence.
I never leave Reddit.
You've always been here.
Welcome home, Hal.
And everything else is on the right-hand side of the page.
And don't forget to join the forums. Please mark yourselves on the map. Join us for Monday Night Game Night. All players welcome for Battlefield 4 on the Xbox One.
Get your EA pass on. Hop
Yes,
in
sir.
to BF4.
Actually, Premium was on sale for like 30% off the other day, so it was like $30.
Nice.
So I think we got a couple people, so we got some more maps to play.
Sweet.
Yeah, Thursday Night Game Night on Steam Game Night. Still getting that together.
Yep.
Join us and figure out a schedule and gaming setups and what's used doing. My English is falling apart.
I ran out of steam.
All right.
What am's Hannah talking about?
I will be putting up some TVGP Game Club voting stuff very soon. Because if I don't do it today, it's just not going to happen.
Dude, just put Saints Row the Third as your only choice.
Just put it 12
Let's
times.
see what happens.
And Scott and I will be recording the recap this Thursday at 7:30 Central, 8:30 Eastern, 5:30 Pacific.
Ish.
Yeah, so right around there. So if you want to join us for that chat, we will be right here on this channel, twitch.tv/E1M1 Network, and talking about Brutal Legend.
And thank you very much for listening. We'll see you all next week.
Laters.
Peace.
All right, I have 3 titles, 2 of which the last 2 are, or actually all 3 of them are thanks to the chat.
Yeah.
A group of ruthless human beings.
Okay, got that.
Welcome to Club Collectathon.
Didn't write that one down.
And
but-
Hedgehog's Dilemma.
Hedgehog's Dilemma is good. Okay, so I'm going to go through all the chat ones first, and then go through mine. A group of ruthless human beings. These are all Jay-Z until, like, the last one. So I kept getting lucky. A chin you can open cans with. When you go to pick your children, the most evil thing on the planet, the weird platinum train, don't give the enemies your batteries, 10 years of flashlights, a pricing model like a cheap motel. In the middle of the night, it's going to do so much stuff. Losing some studs, Metal Headland, and Dime posted Viking Metal as a title. I have a decent amount of titles myself. The Menagerie. Apparently it died. I think I'm covered in ants. Raunchy is putting it mildly. I think I slept through it. You got Coulson. The Gat Tower. Our Lord and Savior Johnny Gat. I don't want to hear humans. This guy who is kind of my nemesis. Is it derivative? Does that come with force feedback? Monster crits.
Monster crits.
That game's
That is
really
so
great.
good.
Shut up. And We Are Borg.
I kind of like Hedgehog's
Monster
Dilemma.
crits.
I do like
I like
Monster Crits.
Monster crits is pretty great.
Yeah, I like Monster Crits.
That's t-shirt worthy.
Monster crits.
I'm going to retitle this show. Next week is Monster Crits episode 355. Monster Crits. Oh, it's such a sick crit.
Monster Crits riff track.
It's going to be my Rogue Legacy podcast name.
Monster Crits. That's perfect.
All right, starting in 3, 2, 1. This is That Video Game Podcast, episode 354 for August 4th, 2014. Monster Crits.
Smoke bomb.
Ultra kill.
All right, thank you very much, everyone, for watching. We'll see you next week. Peace. Don't
Later.
forget to watch here
I
Thursday
crit my
Your-
Thursday.
in your time zone for some live business. Peace.